to talk about for a while.
And, you know, they have been flirting with Austin Novosad, the young quarterback out of Dripping Springs, who's committed to Baylor, and that's kind of like Baylor's bell cow for their class of 2023. And you never know. He visited Waco this weekend, and he's still committed to Baylor, and hopefully the Bears think that they'll keep him. But that was kind of interesting that Ohio State reached out to him.
Yeah, no doubt. They're certainly kicking the tires. Let's just put it that way. And Baylor's doing everything possible to keep him on board. And I was a guy that I kind of saw this kid early on and like, golly, I mean, he was a kind of a guy that was just outside the top 300 of most national lists. Guy that once you see in person and film, you can see why the Bears went in early on him. And it's no surprise. I think he's more than good enough to play at a high level Big 12, but also high enough to go play, good talent enough to go play to a place like at Ohio State. So if you're Baylor, you're doing everything humanly possible. Coach Aranda and staff are doing everything humanly possible to keep him on board.
Jeremy, the Baylor overall with what Dave Aranda's done, and they're starting to pick up an uptick. Near the end of Art Browse's regime, they were starting to have higher-ranked classes because they were winning and getting more and more attention. And, in fact, the last one was a tremendous class that was blown up because he was fired. Do you start to see maybe a little bit with Dave Aranda's staff having more and more high profile, the 3 and 4 stars more than just mainly the 3 stars joining them?
Well, and you know, the battle with them last year is they got they had a lot of good class committed, and other schools started chipping away at some of those kids. And that's going to be the battle for them staying the course here in the future. Yes, that they do have a very good foundation right now in the top 25, actually number 24 in the On3 consensus team recruiting ranking. You have the quarterback. You have Christian Brathwaite from Cyrans down in Houston. That's an outstanding linebacker prospect. Corey Kelly, a great edge with an edge prospect down there at Clear Falls. So you're right. You are starting to see uptick in talent at guys looking at the Bears, and I love how they evaluate even the guys that are somewhat lower ranked. They seem to fit their style and scheme really well. And the Smokey, you know, the battle's got to be to keep those guys committed when some of the other schools come knocking on the door and realize, oh yeah, Baylor did a great job evaluating those guys, so got to keep them committed.
What coaches nationally